Hey everybody, Sam back once again. It's now time to review the Huawei Ascend G300. So thank you to Vodafone for sending this out to me for the review. If you want to go pick one up, I'll put a link in the description at vodafone.co.uk where you can pick it up for £100 on pay-as-you-go with a £10 top-up. Alternatively, you get it free of charge on a £15.50 24-month contract. Anyway, let's jump into it itself. Let's run down the main specifications. It's running a 1GHz single core processor with 512MB of RAM. So for your day-to-day tasks, that's easily enough grunt for that. As you can see on the back, it says rocking a 5MP camera with an LED flash. If you want to see more around the phone, go look at my unboxing video, which I'll put like a little annotation there. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, assisted GPS, so it's got all the things you'd expect, from a high-end smartphone for a very, very low budget price. So let's turn it on, and you can see here it's pretty much all dwarfed by the actual screen, which is a 4-inch display with a WVGA resolution, which you don't generally expect from this kind of price point. For this kind of price point, you normally expect, kind of half that resolution, and it's one of the things that kind of made me go like, wow, straight away. I was impressed by how vivid and how good the colours were, but how how crisp it was as well. I mean, hopefully it's coming off on camera. I got it as close as I can without it going all fuzzy. And it's something I was just I was kind of outstanding as to how well the actual screen held up. And to me, just looking at it there, it is a beautiful looking device, let's be honest. It is a very, very nice looking device. Anyway, let's just talk about obviously the main features of the phone. I've done individual videos for certain things. If you want to check out the browser performance, benchmarking, all the videos you normally ask for, I'll put like a little list here. Anyway, obviously let's jump into the actual phone itself. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the dialer and how it performs as a phone. A lot of people seem to neglect the fact that these are still phones and they are their primary use is to make a telephone call. I know we don't use it as much as we did, but at the end of the day, it's still a mobile phone. So in terms of the actual call quality, I was very impressed by it. Very, very strong signal, as you'll probably see there. It's got a full 4 bars. So in terms of that, it's been very, very strong. The only thing it let it down slightly was the actual speaker performance in here. Well, we can get a little there. So in there, it's not the loudest in the world. It's not, it's not very faint, but it's not loud. It's kind of like, it's okay. It's about average. It would be a bit better if it was a bit louder. Obviously, it is on full. It was on full, so it's nothing to do with actual volume. It's just that it's not a loud enough speaker in there. So, I mean, in terms of actual call quality, no problems there at all. Just could be do with a little bit louder. So maybe they could do that in a firmware upgrade. Who knows in the future? So obviously, the next aspect of the phone will be the camera for myself. Because again, we all got these phones. We all want to take pictures. We all want to be, proper photographers with those mobile phones, for Instagram, etc. So let's give you a quick look at this. So obviously another Huawei product that I've got in for review. So if I want to take a picture, just snap it. And I think I agree, it's pretty quick at actually taking a picture. So we'll take another one. There we go. So if you want to review them, obviously just tap your little button up there. And here it is. So if we just zoom in, and there we go. In terms of actual performance, in terms of the camera, it's not been the best camera in the world, That's the honest answer, but is it good enough? Definitely. Will it kind of satisfy your needs for taking that quick picture while you're out and about? Certainly will do. I generally think of the cameras in these phones, I don't think they're going to replace a digital camera anytime soon. Maybe in the future, in a couple of years' time, but for now, they are generally take a picture, upload it to Facebook, upload it to Twitter, etc. And will this do that job? Definitely do that job easily. So the camera performance, again, it's something, a little bit better than I expected in all honesty, but not out of this world kind of performance. You're not going to get that kind of performance for this kind of price. Giving you a quick look around the phone, just go how fluid it actually is. It actually going from, kind of screen to screen. There's no kind of, lag. Again, it's not the smoothest in the world, but it's, definitely far from slow. Here we go again. And it uses, obviously, its proprietary launcher, just to give you a quick look through there. So again, the performance of the phone, it's actually been really, really good. I use it as my main phone for 5 days in a row. Yep, 5 days in a row. And I was, impressed by it. The battery life I got out of it was generally about a day. Talking a day, it's probably about 17, 18 hours with pretty heavy usage. That's syncing 7 different email accounts, a bit of Facebook, a bit of Twitter, a couple of telephone calls, browsing the internet. And again, I class it as a full day's usage. I then gave the phone, believe it or not, I gave it to my mother for a week. and she was actually really impressed by it. The reason why I decided to give it to Mum for a week is because I wanted to see what it was like for the kind of audience that it's aimed at. Now, to me, this kind of phone is aimed at somebody that A, can't afford a phone, can't afford a £500 phone, but still wants a smartphone. B, doesn't want to spend that kind of money, but still wants a decent phone that can do, applications, bit of internet, etc. It can also be aimed at a first-time smartphone user that just wants to play with one. And finally, it can also be aimed at, a child, let's say their first phone. They don't want to go out there and spend £500 on a brand new Galaxy S3 or an iPhone or whatever. £100 as a birthday present, as the main birthday present. They can do everything they want to do on it, and you can keep in contact with them. This phone meets all those kind of criteria. So I gave it to her for a week, and she fits in the category where she wants the kind of phone, but she doesn't want to pay £500 just because she might break it. £100, she's currently got an Android device. She wants one of these ones. This completely blows the socks off her current device. So yeah, it looks like we'll probably get one of these in the future. So basically, and she got out of her battery life, she was getting 3 or 4 days out of it. Because she's not somebody that's going to use the applications daily, browsing the internet daily. She uses it for calling, for texts, and she was getting 3 or 4 days out of it with no problems whatsoever. Which to me, I can't really complain with that. She loved it. So if you're looking to pick one up for your mum or your dad, it's just been Father's Day, or it's going to be Father's Day soon, I believe. Go check it out. Something you definitely can't grumble about. But yeah, all in all, definitely gets my seal of approval, believe it or not. £100 Android smartphone. Who'd have thought about it? This kind of device, maybe a year and a half ago, would have cost you, £300 to £400. We're talking something like a Desire S, around that kind of time. And this is basically that kind of phone, but on a super budget price. But there's no corners being cut. It feels great, it performs great, the camera's good. All in all, definitely a phone I can recommend for anyone, that wants a smartphone but doesn't want to pay that £500 kind of moniker that most phones, ask for nowadays. Anyway, people, I'm going to get off this video. Again, I've done individual videos, which I'll put, annotations on the actual screen if you want to go check those out. But that's it for the review. If you've got any questions about it, hit me up on Twitter at samjpullen, leave comments down below. I will answer every single one of them. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you do appreciate it. And I'll see you in a future video. Cheers, everyone.